Hi, this is my account Missing Pair, and I'm completing Bradish Shores one room at a time, completing every skilling challenge before rolling the next room. In the last episode, I got hit with a massive chef grind, all the way to 490, basically maxing the skill. Let's see how I've been getting on. Welcome to the new setup, where the only map I need is to go from Kevin to the kitchen. I have a big inventory to tell me when I don't have to be AFK anymore. I'm looking at recipes and I'm looking at ventures because I'm going to be stocking up as many of these lobsters as I can, so when I hit the level for the lobster thermidor, I can power through that and cut some of the bacon mountain grind out of the way. Welcome back. We're cooking up some bacon. We're making steady progress, nearly 40. While I've been generating KP in this grind, I've been catching up on all my forager passives, and now I'm fully up to date. I was wondering what I should be using my KP on next. Fishing's still at 0. If I wanted to catch up on that, I'd be spending 97, which is a lot, and it's not likely that I'm going to be needing to unlock a fishing passive that I actually need to do for a long time. So I don't think that's the play. And the only other thing we can do is KP something. Now, we can KP cooking, chef. That would make the grind faster. We could KP forager. I don't think that's particularly useful. It's quite fast already. We could KP fishing and try and get it all the way up to 500, but it's not the fastest thing to do beyond 200. So I think the play is to KP alchemist, because it's going to be the most useful. I've just left the passive where I'm getting 100% efficiency on Ebsworth, so I'm on a good time to start KPing it. The only other option is combat. It's not great. So yeah, I'm going to be KPing alchemy on the side just because I think it's the most useful one to do. Something I just discovered that I didn't mention before is there are 2 spawns in the kitchen. A basket and a jar. Okay. Oh, sorry, that was a table. Yeah, the jar, which I didn't have any of before. So they're completely new storage items. I've looked over my map. It doesn't change anything of what I can do currently, but it's an interesting thing. I can only pick them up one at a time, which is a bit annoying, but I think I'll try and grab a few of these just in case. If I hit a room with a passive that uses baskets or jars, I now have a way of doing them, which may come back to bite me in the ass, but I don't want to forget that I have them, so I'll keep a few on hand. So after trying it out for a little bit, I've decided to not do what I just said in the last clip and KP alchemy, and I've actually decided to add a new rule. What I'm thinking is, if I was to finish the chef grind and end up with 200 forager, 200 alchemy, basically for free, that would feel like cheesing the grinds a bit. It would feel like I haven't earned any of that. So the rule I'm adding will be that I can only put a knowledge point into XP on skills that I have an active goal to do, like hitting chef, or to unlock a passive. Everything else, I think I would not allow myself to put the KP into XP there. I think that's just healthier to feel like I'm earning more of the goals. So if people agree, let me know. If not, I don't know. We'll see if it causes a problem in the future. I don't think it will, but we'll see. I'm a level late, but don't let that distract you from the fact that I'm 800 hope poor. Checking in at level 79, I'm doing a little bit of fishing. I've been doing this rotation where I get 2 eels, 1 puffer, then back 2 eels and then bank them. Morays at the minute because I'm coming up to the moray jelly deals. And yeah, so fishing's going to start ticking up again, might get a few levels. But all the KP I generate through this is going straight onto Chef. Here's the start of a little collection, so we've got a few of the eels. I've got every slot filled. Every tier of eel that I get, I'll still be fishing the same pufferfish, so they'll start piling up. I'll be doing my ventures, lobsters will start piling up. Hopefully this gets me through some of the drier parts of Chef where there's no bacon, eggs or veg recipes nearby. Another thing I've been doing is I've been working on the passive debt. I'm fully caught up on the Chef passives, even though I can't do any. And started work on the fishing ones. Whenever I'm just had an unlock, the KP isn't that worth it, so I'll put the KP into there. Just so whenever I unlock a bait, it isn't a massive, like 100 KP mountain. It'll be brought down a little bit. And with one more tasty bacon sandwich, we're going to hit 100 Chef, which means we've got base 100 stats in all of Hopeport, and massive milestone. So I am actually doing bounties in this grind. To give a bit of context on what that involves, there's 14 people that you can get assigned to deliver a bounty to. I have access to 7, so that's about a 50-50 chance. And then it's your top 5 recipes, many of which I can't do. Let's buy some stuff from Kevin. So right now, my top 5 has 2 out of the 5 that I can do. So I've got to hit the 50-50 that I can deliver to them, and then I've got to hit the 2 out of 5 currently chance that I can actually do that meal. So I've just delivered to Jal. The rest of this board can't go there. I can go to there, but I can't do a pie. I can go to them, but I can't do Ray. So that's how it's going. Not great, but occasionally it's worth doing. So we're just coming up to 120 Chef, which is a new type of stew, which is good. But also, I've been doing a bit of pre-fishing and building up a stock. This is all the conger eels I'll need to go from 139 to 144, and we're building the pufferfish stock up as well. Had a little check-in at 2 weeks into the Chef grind. I can happily report that I'm over 400 gold. Now we're just coming up to the last egg. This gives me a KP, which should be a level. If it's not, don't put this clip in. It is! Awesome. 170 Chef, onto a new tier of bacon. But more excitingly, we've got bacon followed by eels, followed by bass, followed by lobster. So 4 in a row of recipes I actually have access to will be very nice on the bounties. Other things that are going on, I'm slowly paying back the fishing passive. We're at 65 out of a debt that goes up to 97. I'll start paying that off soon. And I can put all my KP onto Chef. Yeah, let's get some new bacon and get on with it. We've got a very nice level coming in here, because with this lobster thermidor, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 on the bounty board that I can actually do, which is as good as it gets, really. But of course, none of them are here. But you know. Big numbers. 96, 97 knowledge points spent on the Mega Raddock, which means I'm finally out of the hole. My debt is fully paid. I'm also up to date on everything else, so I can start KPing Chef. So here I am, just frying up the last inventory of this tier of bacon, about to hit level 200 Chef. About to hit the big XP wall, so I thought I'd just give a little update on what the plan is. So once I hit 200, it's all the way to 217 where I get a new recipe that I can do, which is a bit of a pain. Bacon's already quite slow at the minute. So what I thought I might do is a bit of puff eel fishing to stock up on greater eels, stock up on more unicorn puffer fish, just so I have a good stock of those to go forward with. I've got 1.8k of those, which looks quite nice. Lobster's still stacking up, that's good. But I could do with a lot more of these. So let's just hit this milestone at some point and celebrate that. And then the next clip after this is probably going to be the 1000 total level, which I'm a bit more excited about than the chef, because that has been a long time coming. It's nice to finally be part of the 4-digit club. A bit less newbie. Yay, 200 chef. Nice. Just wanted to say that I thought I'd be making more money at this point. I've only got up to 409 gold, which isn't that much more than I had when I finished fishing. So I thought chef made decent money, but apparently not. Maybe not until it gets a bit higher. I was fully distracted by the Fen stream they just talked about trading, but I got a fishing level, which means I got 1k. Nice. Obligatory, some may say. Did you know that they changed how queuing works with the KP? Because it used to just interrupt you at all times and had to set it so it would directly give me a 20% thing every time I fished an inventory, and you did 5 inventories and then it would level up. And now it's just fixed. Now it just appears at the end of your queue, which is a great update. But why I was actually doing this clip is because if I purchase Mighty Sterlet, I've now completely finished every single passive fish in fishing. It's all bought. I've never done any of them, but they'll be ready for when I can. Yes, that. I like the look of that. Maximum knowledge point reached. Very satisfying to see. Unlock another chef one. Yep, cool. What the hell is this bounty board? Is 3 of them are the same guy with the same order? I can't do any of them. Crazy. So here's a stock check of the bank, trying to decide when the best time to do more fishing is. I think the plan is going to be anytime I get a new chef passive, I will gain those 4 KP by doing a bit more fishing, and hopefully that will increase the stocks a bit. But even with that, I don't think it's going to take a huge chunk out of Bacon Mountain, but we'll see. It'll add up. The rates on post 200 chef when all I have is this bacon sandwich is just, it is so grim. This is worse than the fishing grind, I swear. And I know it gets better when we hit 217. But right now, this just sucks. Coming in with a little update. I am at 214 chef. Sick of the bacon. But 217 chef, 3 levels away, I get delicious vegetable stew. That'll more than double my XP rate, so that's going to be great. I've been lured back to the fishing, just for something different to do really, but I'm also putting the KP into chef and starting to stack the giant bass. Now I don't have storage rifts. I'm not fully convinced that doing bass is very efficient, but it's not always about the efficiency. And just to kind of give you an idea of what my route looks like, I obviously bank everything in the kitchen. I walk down to the bridge, fish 6 eels, go next door to the puffers, fish 6 of them, run down to this beach and then just bounce between these nodes to fill up the rest of the inventory, teleport to Hopeport, bank it all, repeat. So we'll see how long I get until I get tired of this, but Every fish banked is a little bit less bacon, so that's all good. We are still getting fishing levels, and that is 484. I'm free, I'm nearly free. A couple more bacons, and we hit the 217, and we can get on to vegetable stews. Here it is. Ah, it's going to feel good. Delicious vegetable stew. More than double the XP. Let's just go get an inventory of that and cook it up. Much more AFK now. Some good fresh vegetables. A very healthy pile of plant parts. Try saying that 5 times fast. So yeah, moving back to stews, 24 times to chop it up, 24 times to boil it up. A lot more AFK, a lot more chill. Let's see the first one come in. Get the card. A well-formed vegetable medley. Awesome. Cool, so plan from here is, bounties are doable again, because I have something in the top 5. I suppose there is one. Yes, actually. So yeah, bounties doable again. This goes all the way to 276. I think that's about 30,000 mixed veg. I might just front load that and buy them all from Kevin. I do a load of runs, stock them all up in the bank, and then just blast through with them. You don't have to leave the room. I think that's a lot more chill. But yeah, the journey continues. And that's where I'm going to leave this episode. Now, if you don't mind me, I have 30,000 vegetables to buy.